Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a bit of conversion on this old Seiko SKX007. I was lucky enough to be given this, but the crown and stem are shot and the movement is shot. So all I've done is gone out and brought myself an NH35. I've also got myself a replacement crown and stem. Even comes with the optional tube there if you wanted to convert a different watch case. So anyway, yeah, basically I think the shaft on the rotor's completely had it. So let's take the back off, have a quick look. So I've had the back off this already, so as you can see I've removed the rotor and that's how it is. Let's try and get this out. Now the thing is, when it comes to Seikos, they're always extremely tight. They don't have case screws, they're just always incredibly tight. So now I'm going to get this out here, is where the stem goes in. Just give it a tiny bit of leverage there. Oh, there you go. Put this on there. Now I could possibly service this and get it back to running, we'll have to see. So we've got to take the hands and, let's zoom in a little bit there. Got to take the hands off, putting a cover on there. Here's some hand levers I made once. So let's just take this off. Cool, they're off. And there we go. Now some people, I see quite a few people take the hands off like this, off the dial. But the simple way I always do it, I just think there's less chance of damaging the dial, is simply to drop them like so. Now on many Swiss brands the dial is actually screwed with its dial feet to the actual movement, but on these it is purely friction fit. So if I just prise underneath there, a little bit around that side, try and make it even, it should, there we go, come off. So let's plonk that over there. So that is the faulty movement. Now, I'm not a massive fan of these movements anyway, but we're going to remove that and just simply swap it over. So let's take this one out. This is an NH movement, so it has hacking. Now, this, you can see the reason why I'm wearing the finger cots is I don't want to get any marks, which looks like there's already some marks on the dial, but I don't want to put any more marks on there. So let's put this on. A bit hard when there's a camera right in front of you. So all I'm looking for here is where does the actual stem go in. So there it is. So I know that's the 3 o'clock position. So at the minute Wednesday is at 3 o'clock position, which aids me lining up the dial. So let's put this on. And hey presto, that goes in. Cool. Now, one thing I'm going to do now is get the new stem and crown. Now, the reason why I have a new stem and crown is the stem off the old movement will not fit because it doesn't have a position for the hacking. So you need a new stem, and the problem was I would have used the original crown, but the it had unfortunately stuck in there. So let's just take that out. Cool, there we go. Let's just get this out of the way, put that over there. It's even signed, this one. Okay. Now, when you buy a movement, they normally come with just a dummy one just to get you started. So what I'm going to do here is place this inside just so I can set the date correctly. So I'm just slipping that in there. That sounds like it. That's in. So what I'm going to do, just check that's running, that's good. Now, we're going to pretend as if we're actually running the... Let's pull it out. So I'm actually now, you see this moving. Now that isn't moving correctly. There we go. So I was turning it the wrong way. So as I turn this, I want this just to jump. There. So now I'm going to put the hands on there. Now fitting the hands is quite a precarious thing. So let me move the camera a little bit here, because I need to get in here now, get my face quite close to it. So I'm picking up the hands. I'm using a set of the Horatec carbon tweezers. So I'm just going to pick up the hands. So make sure they're the correct way. And just place this on. So I'm going to place this on 12 o'clock. So I've got it on there. Now some hand, these are the tools used to press the hands down with. So it's trying to make sure, see how I'm trying to put this on here. So I'm just going to clip this over a tiny bit. Now let me put the camera right over so you can see me doing this a little bit better. So I'm just going to get in. And I'm pressing this right the way down. So there. Now what I'm quickly going to check is turn this around. So I want to check. I'm turning this. And wow, that was actually not bad. Okay, so now that's on there. Now I'm going to put the minute hand on. So let's grab the minute hand. Okay, try and make sure I'm in shot. Now that's in position. Make sure there's no, always make sure when you're using your press tools that there's no marks on them. Though looking at these hands, it does look like they might have been off once before. Okay, it looks good. Press it right down. Now, before you do anything, it's always worth to check that they are down correctly. So I've just looked and there's a bit of an angle. So I'm just going to press that down a bit more. And just notice the hour hand, if I still is a little bit tall. There. So what you've got to do when you do this is then check as you turn round they do not hit. Now is that any good? No, I think that looks right. But what the best way to check is to turn the movement round and make sure it doesn't collide. So I'm trying to make sure as I spin it round it's not colliding, which seems good to be fair. Okay, let's go around, see if it's still around about 12 o'clock change over. Ooh. Okay, I can live with that, around about 2 minutes or a minute before. That's good. So next is the second hand. Now the second hand doesn't really matter where you place it on because it's not indexed to it. So as I put this on, it's a little bit harder to put on this. Now press this down. So before I put this back in, I'm going to make sure it's as clean as I can get. So I'm using a blower here. And on here also. So I blow that out, and just to be on the safe side, I'm also going to use a cloth and just clean in there as much as I can, trying to get right up to the edges. Okay, now recase the watch, put the case over in the approximate position. Okay, so now the movement's back in there. We have the crown here. Just going to put a tiny bit of more lubrication on there, because I've lost a lot of it through handling the crown and sizing it. I'm not going to show a full video of sizing the stem because it can be a little bit long-winded. So that's on there. Let's put this in, check it all works. That's winding. Does it lock in? Yes, that locks in. So before I put the case back on, I am going to regulate it just to make sure it's all okay. Okay, that's after a little bit of playing around. The beat rate was 0.5 originally, and it was running at plus 14 seconds. So fingers crossed, that might be just about right. We'll see how it goes. Okay, here you go. This is the finished watch. And personally, it looks great, and it has the added feature now of having hacking as well. So if I undo the crown, that side crown we fitted, and pull it all the way out, it hacks. So it's really good. I've messed around with the timing, and I'm getting it around about 4 seconds a day roughly. And I also fitted this bracelet I found. It's not actually a strap code. I found it on Amazon. It was a really good price, and let's face it, it fits the watch perfectly. So anyway, there you go. That's my little overhaul of an old SKX007, converting it to a new NH movement. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and most importantly, stay safe out there. Bye.